So the whole argument with Star Wars is about work and about the concept, the principle is that I'm violating a principle by not working. And if I were to work, people would help me out, understanding that I need the money and that so does my baby, right? So what I don't understand is why I keep getting underpaid or undervalued or criticized when I'm actually doing the things. For example, when I lived at Donovan's mom, there was no prior verbal contract or anything. You can check the tapes. There's nothing stated that says that I have to do one thing in order to live there. It's just, if you want to live here, you can live here. There's nothing talked about payment or working or doing any household things, nothing. So all the times that you criticized, oh, she didn't do this enough, or she didn't cook a good enough meal, or she didn't clean this well enough, or da-da-da-da-da, keep in mind everything that I did, which comes out to, I mean, if you're cooking 3 meals a day and it's on the low end, 15 minutes cook time prep, not realistic. 45 minutes for 3 meals, that's like, let's say an hour a day for meals, that's on the low end. And then cleaning and blah blah blah. If you were to do not a professional service, but say like a caretaker to come in and do cooking for let's say an hour would be the low end and 3 hours would be the high end, because you're not going to realistically spend an hour per meal prepping, although I did at times, but there's not a realistic. So if you split the difference and go 2 hours in between that, that would be the average between that 2 hours, but that's not. So let's say an hour a day for all the times, because it wasn't every day. So let's reduce it all down to say an hour a day. At $15 an hour would be with someone, you know, not a professional chef, but someone that comes in, some kind of caretaker, to just cook 3 times a day and leave. Okay, then they then those services for 210 days would be over $3,000. And then you can just do the same math for cleaning as well. No one asked me to do it, anything. But all the times I spent cleaning, I mean, there were times in a day I was spending 5 hours cleaning that house. There were other times I didn't clean that day, I cleaned the next day. But so if you take it down and just again go an hour a day for cleaning, split the difference, it's another $3,000. And then as far as monetary funds, you know, I put in $1,400 of food stamp money into household food, and also $200 in gas money, over actually closer to $300, because I also put in cash, and then also random cash of you know, buying little things, toilet paper here or a cleaning thing here. Rarely, but that did happen. And then there's contributions like buying Donovan cigarettes, which is not a good contribution, but it does save her money. She does like get no credit. And yeah, all of the thing was that I didn't do a good enough job. That's what everybody said. Well, you didn't do it enough, but it was all bonus. I just did it to do it. And then well, your share of the rent. Well, her rent's $600, so mine would have been $200 a month. So that would have come out to $1,400 on my end, which I've already put in for food money alone. And then I saved her $250 or something on utilities, something like this, for me living there. And then put in vouchers for like his bike and stuff like that, thrift store stuff. So, I mean, okay, I'm just, why it's like so undervalued, and this is not including driving places or you know, picking up Donovan, driving to LA, driving around town, doing the thing, doing the errand, going grocery shopping for what the mom wanted specifically, or going to get something for Donovan, or do all the things that I also did, or the legal services, which were a lot. And if you had paid a lawyer to get the same result, it would have been like $5,000, for example. You know, none of that is, you know, factored in or anything like that. So, and then it's just, oh, it wasn't good enough, she cost me money. Actually didn't cost her money. No, rent was upped because I was there. That's not a reality. The utilities barely flux, and actually ended up saving her money on utilities in the long run for living there, and then her getting something back, which she did apply for. She had to make the phone call herself to get that. And then you know, as far as using Wi-Fi, though helpful to me, and though I appreciated it, using Wi-Fi or the telephone, these are services she already paid for. so it's not actually costing her an additional amount. So just as far as what I cost, I mean, it's kind of negligible. Not to say that there wasn't some generosity or something, sometimes she never mean, but hey, Donovan, do you want $10 or $20 or something like this? And sometimes I did profit off that. He buys me candy and soda or something like that. So it's not to say that I didn't also receive value. This dog is sneezing. What did you do? What did you do? And but it's just to say, why is it just one-sided? Why is it, oh, you cost so much and you're a user of people and this and that, but about $7,000 worth of valued work that I did is not even seen, and then it's like complained about like I was such a dream, when you actually calculate it, not a contribution, about threefold. And then you look at Candy and her rendered services, so people are like, oh, okay, well, I'm trying to help, but the principle is work. Let's look at Candy. Candy gave me $20 for cooking, which I didn't know I was a hired cook. I didn't know that. I just thought I was doing like I tried to refuse it a few times, a family thing. I thought it was considered family when I did that, but it wasn't, and that's fine. But if you did I did about between going out to get the groceries, cooking and cleaning, I'm not sure, I was like 4 or 5 hours now, so you can watch the tapes. And I made $20, so it's about $4 an hour. Okay, I want to help, but the principle is that she must work. I did, and then in this situation with dog walking or babysitting or any of this, it's supposed to be $40 an hour, and then 20 for food. Huh? $40 an hour is $5. I mean, $40 total for 8 hours is $5 an hour. Huh? Plus lunch, it's not bad, but it's severely under minimum wage. But when you make nothing, you take it. But my point is, it's all about, well, we would help. We know she needs some money, but the work ethic's not there. But then, it's not, the work I'm doing is not valued. At $20 an hour for this, which it seems like it might be switching to, I'm confused now. I'm supposed to get $40 and then also food money, $20. Looks, all I've been getting is $20 for food money. That's $2.50 an hour. That hasn't been the minimum wage since, like, I don't know, the turn of the century. So, this is not, it's not real. These people are like, well, the thing is about the work ethic. The work ethic has actually been there. The fair compensation, as if, I'm not saying as a professional cook, professional dog walker, no, I'm saying as minimum wage. And it's still like 500% less, which is, that's illegal. It's slave wages if any of these things were on the books. So I'm just pointing out that the whole principle thing of work is not, everyone's doing the same game, and it's kind of, and it's not that I don't appreciate like getting hired to do these things. I appreciate the odd jobs, like, and I get that when you get paid under the table, sometimes it's like that. That's not that. It's just in the larger principle of Star Wars, everyone's on the cheap end, and then turning around and pretending that I didn't do a good enough job. That's on, and it's nothing but complaints. So, okay.